Hey, did it in your 50s. I was looking at a video the other day, and there was a woman, and she was stating how she was tired of black men. She was tired of not being appreciated, not being treated correctly, not being cherished like she saw black men treating other races of women. And there was a particular black man in the comments, and he was like, bye. And that made me pause. And the reason is because in the rest of his comments, they were very disparaging, and he talked down to her. And yet he's with a Caucasian woman. And I am a firm believer that love is love. Don't get me wrong. But when he talked down to her, what I saw was his unhealed state. I saw his insecurities, despite the fact that now he makes money, despite the fact that now he is in shape, despite the fact that now he has himself together. He was still walking in hurt, and that made him lash out like, bye, we're not going to miss you anyway. And that's real sad, to treat somebody who looks like your mother like that. That's what I have, did in your 50s. Hey, part 2 from my last video. So the man is injured and talks down to the lady in the video in a disparaging way, a rude way. And she's somebody that looks like his mother. Okay, so maybe it was his mother that hurt him. Or maybe it was a woman that broke his heart, and it was a black woman. Either way, at the age that we are now, guess what? It is not his fault that he was hurt, but it is his fault that he didn't go over and get it healed. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You should not be talking to anybody rudely or disrespectfully because you're still injured and you didn't do the work. And you know that goes for men and women, right? That's what I have. Did in your 50s.
He said, bye, you got all these black men in this world and can't find one, you're the problem. The amount of comments that I got like this, and people, black men arguing with other women in the comments saying nasty, negative things. Like, we never said the problem was finding a man, right? There's plenty of y'all out here. Finding y'all is not the problem. The problem is that y'all are not worth keeping.
Black females do not want to date black men. They are tired of feeling like nothing is coming out of the relationship. So what they've done is that they have raised their standards, but they've raised it a little too high. Now they require men to make 6 figures. Now they require you to have your own apartment and your own car or vehicle. Because remember, back in the days, they was dating thugs and street dudes. You didn't have to have anything. All you had to do was just know how to fight and protect them. They was paying all the bills. Now they want real men. So the standards are too high now. They want a 6-figure guy, a high-value guy. So they are done with the average black man. And black men in general, they don't want anything to do with you.
Which is why people are on these apps, which is why women are making these videos complaining about how it is dating black men. And this is why. This is like a prime example.
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date. I think it's low effort, and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American black men. So shocked because I didn't think that video would land on their For You page, but it did, and hundreds of them, hundreds, were crying on my shoulder over the fact that I would not drink bean juice on a first date with a man or with anyone. They were in my comments calling me all types of names, saying that I'm a gold digger and saying that I'm this and that. And then unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark and that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features. They will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. So reading the comments and watching the stitches, it brought up a discussion between me and my parents about why I don't date American black men. American black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark-skinned black women deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, "You're dark-skinned, why do you have all these standards?" The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see, and it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, "Oh, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my car to link and smoke? You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all." They are literally in my comments saying, "What makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself." And when American black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through hell and back with him. They don't want to put in the effort because they're lazy, they are entitled, and they are cheap. And don't get me wrong, it's not all American black men that are like this. It's just the large majority. And that is a problem because the majority of black American women prefer black American men.
Oh my god, I feel like the reason why dating black men is so hard is simply because the vibration, the frequency that they omit to you, right? So I was watching this YouTube podcast right now, this TED Talk on quantum jumping, and it's talking about vibrations, obviously the hertz frequency, how enlightenment pretty much is the top tier one, right? And when I think about why it's difficult to date black men, or the factors of why it would be about who they are, it's like, well, the all commonalities of them, I don't know if that's a word or whatever, it's like they listen to rap music. And I know, like, growing up, right, my stepdad used to always tell me, like, be very cautious about what you listen to, you do all of that. Grateful for that, because I can use social media and detach as fuck. Also, just naturally detached. I'm an Aquarius, babes. But I will detach from social media, okay? Because I don't care, to have this affect my life. I know that I can honestly have a facade on here and go about what the fuck I gotta do for real, or I know who I am. I know enlightenment is the highest vibration, okay? Black men are confused in life. A lot of them don't even know where they're going or what their purpose is. A lot of them look for handouts because they don't even know that there's better for them, and I think that's just because of generational frequency, right? Because I tell people, I was talking about somebody like this yesterday, about like, you can never come into this world without having another energy and vibration. And I was just watching another video before this TED Talk about energy overall. That's what I like to study, honestly. And he was just mentioning the idea of constructive interference, pretty much, that two wavelengths come together, it makes a bigger one, similar to like a pond. When you throw something, it ripples one and then another, and then at some point they come together and make a bigger pond, okay? Like Pundle, what I'm talking about. A bigger ripple, okay? And that's how you were created, necessarily. The Big Bang Theory, to a degree, you know? Because I do believe it's God, and I do believe God. I use God, honestly, as a GPS, God Protection Services. A GPS is gonna tell you, like, this is the best path to go on. But the thing about a GPS doesn't tell you is there's many more paths to go on without you having to use a GPS. Like, you can read the streets, you can do something. There's so many different paths in life. You're gonna get to your destination. I'll tell you that, though. And you're gonna be helped by the GPS, God. Okay, so I just felt like, yes, the Big Bang Theory, yes, to a degree, it's there, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know about it. So it's energy. It's two connections coming together, and that's why you're connected, and that's why babies are formed. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just energy, vibration, bonded at that time. And I say from love, honestly, to be honest with you. And I think the reason why black men, though, are so difficult when it comes to date, because they don't even know the vibration that they have or how to control it at all.
You know what? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying this stuff. Because they are the ones who dated the thugs and the street dudes. They didn't want the 9-to-5 black guy. He's considered a lame because he get up every day and go to work like a normal citizen. So they went from thugs. Now they want Brad, the white guy. Now they want the Asian guy. They don't want nothing to do with anyone who's black.
The ones who I feel like are the best, easier ones to date, are like more societal standards of like, you have your shit together, are the ones who don't really listen to rap, to be honest with you. And I said that, like, I just remember making a big point, like you said, like, it's just, and you know this too, like, if you read, like, research and stuff, they have different frequencies, hidden frequencies as well, to throw off your vibration. And I even think about, like, because I'm very into, like, natural, holistic ways as much as possible. Sometimes life's lifing right now, but if I really could, I really would do a lot of stuff that's more natural and organic made, honestly, because our hormones, which play a major role of how you feel, right? Because feeling is the key to vibrating a different frequency. Like, that's what a vibration is. It's a feeling. That's all you can know as a human. As a human, the vibe in the world is vibing, and you know it as feeling. That's what that is. In order to manifest something different, you have to literally feel it. And also, it's not just feeling it, it's like the knowing as well. Because knowing it and being like, yeah, I know I'm that bitch. Like, you're not gonna do certain things because you are that bitch. That's how I feel. So men, though, especially black men, I will call them sassy, I will call them weak, I will say that. And it is with the energy that they are listening. Like, that's energy that you are giving. But it's also frustrating, because who wants to be around somebody you have to pick up all the time, compared to dating somebody who's already at the higher vibration you are? Because that's what that whole the other video I was talking about was about the conflict, when they constructive interference. If the vibe is too high, right? If it's two higher vibes compared to just two lower vibes, it's a bigger wavelength, you know? So I'd rather vibe with somebody who's already at my wavelength so we can match. Because when you're not at my wavelength, I have to match yours. Because it's much harder sometimes for people to vibrate higher. So, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. But it really just comes down to the music. And of, like, there's certain behaviors that they do. Like, I think that going to the gym is productive. You need to do some type of healing to express yourself out. I think also the food. I don't think that you should date a guy who is plant-based, because plant-based mostly has soy, and soy has a lot of estrogen in it. And I know that's been a common thing right now. Some girls talking about, like, oh, the trans people, how they transformed after taking the estrogen. Beautiful. But if your guy is plant-based and that's not his goal, then think about how he's acting to you. A sassy ass nigga. So I don't know. I just feel like black men need to check what you're eating. I think that you need to work out. I think you need to sit with yourself and meditate. Because it's not like women, especially black women, are being like, F no. But I would see a trend of black women dating outside their race even more, the more black men don't. Because also black men, they're going to go outside their race too at the same time, because they don't want people who are going to hold them accountable. So this is long, and I hope it kind of makes sense, and I don't know. So tell me what you guys think about it, because it's just all over the place. So just tell me something, please.